Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is I, your host, Mr. Sean, and today we're checking out r/justneckbeardthings. If you are unaware, neckbeards are those guys that love to share their nerdy hobbies with the rest of the world, whether they like it or not. They typically have some patchy, poor excuses for facial hair that runs down their neck, often found wearing fedoras and talking about how they study the blade. Also, it is customary for them to tip said fedoras to any fine young lady and refer to them as "m'lady." All these things are a joke, of course. It is the beard on the inside that counts, and today we are looking at some things that just make you go, ugh, neckbeard. First up, we have a post on Craigslist for a hot tub rental service. Hot tub nightly rental, women only. Bring your group of girlfriends for a night of peace and tranquility. Fits 3 to 4 very nicely. 100% private and secure. Do what you want. As little clothing as you want. Allowed, smiley face. In town Marion, but no one else around. Quiet 20-acre piece of land. Bring your tunes and booze and have fun. Gated entry, chemicals checked daily. No guys, no fatties, etc. So what you want essentially is to give 3 to 4 hot women a place to just come hang out in a hot tub in as little clothing as possible and, I don't know what, les out? Don't think for 1 second that everyone who sees this ad doesn't know that you're recording these women. And hey, why are you banning the fatties? I mean, some people will pay good money to see some fatty women les out in the hot tub. I mean, I'm just saying, you're leaving money on the table with that one.
Am I the a-hole for letting my crush know that her tattoo is a turnoff for me? I am 15 male, grade 10 student. I have an older brother, 23 male, and he has a friend, not a girlfriend though, named Marika, 23 female. Everyone just calls her Mary though. So basically, I have known Marika ever since I was a baby, and she's always been really nice to me. I know that she's too old for me, but I think she's so cute and sexy and all that. I have a crush on her. I know there's no way it's going to work out, but I can't help the way I feel.
I mean, at least this is a situation of a young guy being attracted to a much older woman, as opposed to what we normally see in these neckbeard posts where the guy is way older attracted to a girl that is way too young. But I mean, I don't necessarily think this is good, but I mean, hey, it's nice to see things go in an opposite direction for the beards for a change.
This past May, my science class went on a field trip to our state college, which coincidentally is where Mary is doing her master's degree. So I know that this was really bad, and I shouldn't have done this, but while we were on the field trip, I decided to pay Marika a surprise visit. She lives in an apartment literally right next to the college, so it was easy to check in with her.
Field trips must be different than when I was in school, because they watched us like a hawk. We wouldn't have been able to sneak off to some girl's apartment, no matter how close it was.
So I snuck away from my class, crossed the street, and went up to her apartment room. I knocked on the door, and luckily she happened to be there, so I said, "It's me!" And Mary opened the door for me. She was so confused and surprised about me being there, I think I caught her off guard. It was kind of awkward, to be honest. She looked like she didn't really want to see me.
Yeah, I guarantee, because she's seen you looking at her creepily when she hangs out with your brother.
But anyway, this is where the title of this thread is now relevant. Marika was wearing a tank top, and I saw that she had a 9-inch nails tattoo on her shoulder blade. I don't like tattoos at all, so I was kind of disappointed to see that she had one. So before I left, I accidentally ran my mouth and told her that her tattoo is a real turnoff. These were my exact words. Mary just got really offended, and she let me know that she didn't get that tattoo to turn anybody on. Marika also told me that it's super inappropriate for a little kid like me, yeah, she actually called me a little kid, to tell her about turn-ons and turn-offs. She told me to get back to my class at the college before I get in trouble. So my visit to her apartment, which so much worse than I wanted it to go.
I mean, how did you want it to go, OP? Did you think you were going to be like, it's me, and she's going to like pull you into the apartment and take your V card? That would be statutory rape on her part. You wanted this girl that is 8 years older than you to throw inhibitions to the wind and assault a minor. Don't for one instant think that's not what you were hoping would happen. I mean, yeah, when we were that age, we were always hoping some MILF or something would want to have their way with us, but it's still super creepy. It was never something we actually thought would happen. It was just, in your horny teenager coon brain that, oh, this might happen. An adult woman might want to be with a child like me. There are people like that, and a lot of them are in prison. But yeah, you literally told this girl, who, you are a child, by the way. You're 15. You're not even old enough to drive. You're still a kid. Like, you have no real semblance of adulthood beyond the fact that you're old enough to be coon-brained. And you just snuck away from your class to go visit her, which, by the way, if they found you in her apartment, she could have gotten in trouble. Like, I'm not trying to blame you too much, even though it sounds like it, because you are a little kid and you are stupid, but I don't know what you thought would happen. Like, you snuck off to say hi. She clearly wasn't excited, so I don't get the sense that she considers you a friend. Probably just considers you her friend's creepy younger brother. And you had to say, oh, you've known her for a while. Apparently never knew she had a tattoo. And when you saw it was like, ugh, that's a real turnoff. Fuck you, OP. You are the a-hole. You apparently just wanted to go missing from a school field trip and eventually have them find you in Marika's apartment with her banging a minor. What the fuck's wrong with you? Just leave the tattooed girls alone for real men. I personally don't ever want to have a tattoo, but I am so happy that my fiance has them because tattoos are fucking hot. Up next, we have what appears to be, I don't know, like a dating profile for some heavily neck-bearded gentle sir who's got, I don't know, it looks like he took all the hair that should be on top of his head and put it all on his neck. I am willing to marry women from 12 years and up. I am a Christian/confrontational street preacher. So you want to marry a 12-year-old and you're one of those guys that stands on the corner and yells at people for being evil. Apparently mirrors are against your religion because you clearly haven't looked in one. 12 years and up, get the fuck out of here. Get up against the wall. Up next, we have a flyer for a Smash Bros. Night. Oh, that's nice. Or is it?
Smash Bros. Night. Smash Bros. Ultimate Local Play. Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. £3 entry. Snacks provided.
Doritos and Mountain Dew, probably.
No females. We take gaming and contests seriously. This is a friendly place for real players. No females. We don't play for attention. Have fun. We will never change the rules, so stop asking to join. This isn't a social club.
Bro, I think you misunderstand people calling you pieces of shit for them asking to join. Nobody would want to join a club like this. Society lied to women. You can't spend your 20s getting drunk and having one-night stands, then demand a six-pack, six figures, 6 inches husband in your 30s. No man with options would pick you over a feminine woman who is keeping her value. I will never understand why so many neckbeards equate value with virginity. Again, give me one girl who knows what she's doing over 72 virgins any day of the week. Also, people in general, not just women, have so much more value than their sex appeal. There's a saying that gets passed around that sex in a relationship is like the toilet in your home. It's not why you bought the house. It's not your favorite place in the house. It's not even the first thing you think about when you get up in the morning. But if it's not working, it needs to get fixed immediately. Yes, sex in a relationship is important, but it is just one factor of what makes a relationship work. And when I say sex is important, it means having similar sexual goals. Like if two asexual people who aren't aromantic can have a perfectly happy yet non-existent sex life. In that relationship, the sex is just fine. And apparently, you don't see any value in a woman if you're not the first person to explore that territory. And that ultimately just makes no sense. You are telling your woman that the only thing you care about is her ability to give you sex. I love my fiance. I think she is a beautiful, gorgeous woman. Would everybody say that about her? Probably not, because everybody has different tastes and preferences. But to me, I had options, and you know what? I picked her. You don't know what people want. Not everybody is looking for the same thing you are, so maybe you wouldn't go after a woman like this, though something tells me you're not bringing a six-pack, six figures, or even 6 inches to the table. But you know what? Just because these kind of women aren't your cup of tea, don't talk down about preferences, because just because that's your preference doesn't mean it's the correct preference or it's even the normal preference. So fuck you, dude. God, these neckbeards are getting me angry today. Alright, up next we have this Venn diagram pitting actual neckbeards versus normal people with stereotypical hot weird hobbies. Neckbeards are a threat to the safety of others, while weird normies are silently harming nobody. Neckbeards want subjugation of women and minorities. Stereotypical weird normies, healthy views of gender and race. Neckbeards actively harass or endanger others, while the normies are silently enjoying life while just having weird hobbies. What do they have in common though? They're cringy, they got the facial hair, and anime/My Little Pony fan. Alright, yeah, I definitely identify as a normal person with a stereotypically weird hobbies. I can be fairly cringy. I actually work really hard. I have to constantly shave the hair that grows on my neck so I don't have a neck beard. And yeah, I'm not an MLP fan, but I do love me some anime. But yeah, I'm not harming anybody. I have healthy views on gender and race, and I do just like enjoying my life and my weird hobby interests. This is a scientifically valid Venn diagram. Okay, this is weird. This was posted to an 18-plus subreddit called Colorado Sluts by a 24-year-old male in Denver, Colorado. It's a repost from r/teenagers asking for a friend. Experienced females only. 1 inch soft and 5 or 6 inches hard small. I'm 17 and white, and it hasn't grown since I was 10. I used to jerk off a lot, so my mom put me on, I don't know, whatever, to keep my stuff smaller. Who the fuck are you, dude? Are you 24? Are you 17? You're in r/teenagers asking for the advice of experienced females? I don't care how many guys you've laid on your back for. Nobody is considered experienced as a fucking minor. You would have no fucking idea what you were doing, really. This makes me think of an old ad for the TV show Boston Public, where the teacher is asking the student, "Are you saying you're sexually active?" And she goes, "I think so, but my boyfriend says I need to move my hips more and wiggle." Dude, who the fuck is this? Are you just a fucking weirdo or a fucking predator? Who are you? Alright, here we have a diagram of the 5 types of anime waifus. You have the short, busty, looks like I don't know if she's a schoolgirl, but won't have sex with you. The next one is a straight up high schooler, middle schooler. Won't have sex with you. Next one is a deeply sexualized, skinny, blonde, I don't know, I'm going to still say high schooler. Won't have sex with you. Next one looks nervous as fuck. Definitely won't have sex with you. And then you have, well, I think that's your Forger from Spy Family, who is an adult woman. Won't have sex with you. I think the ultimate thing to take here is that, yeah, they're not going to have sex with you. Probably because they're cartoons. Oh, look, it's 4chan. I bet this'll be wholesome.
Should Asian women be classed as a biological weapon? High IQ men all over the world, but particularly whites, are seemingly blinded by their attraction to them. Is it not possible that China is cloning Asian women in genetic labs and mailing them around the world to breed with the elites and create a new Hapa overclass that will rule the world to China's benefit? Even mid-tier Asian women possess an allure that places them above any non-Asian women in the eyes of the high IQ man. Their skin is softer, and the hearts and souls are softer. Their hair is softer. Their eyes are calm and loving. They are a loving respite in a cruel world. Should they be banned? And we have a response. This, I was a Zogfag and got to stay in Korea for 3 years. What the fuck is a Zogfag? I traveled all over Asia fucking Asians. It was amazing. I'm critical of them though, but I had fun. I don't understand why so many anime fans, weebs, what have you, fetishize the Asian women so much. Like, I am an anime fan, but I have never held this, like, I certainly have the ability to find Asian women attractive, just like I have the potential to find any woman of any race attractive if she has physical characteristics that I like. But I had a roommate, and I'm not going to give his name, because, you know, I also guarantee he's on Reddit. But this guy really fetishized Asian women. We went to a party that a friend was throwing, and it was a margarita party, and she had 2 friends there that were 2 Asian girls from Asia. I do not recall which country they were from, but they were very nice girls. Again, I don't even remember their names at this point because I only met them a handful of times, and it has been over 10 years. I just remember, yeah, had I gotten to know them better, I definitely could see myself asking one of them out, but again, I just never got to know them enough. But anyway, back to the story. Like, my roommate and I had just signed the lease on our place like a day or 2 earlier to this party, so we go to our friend's margarita party, and he walks in, and he has never met these 2 women before. He was invited to the party more or less because I was invited, and my friend was like, oh, he's your new roommate, he should come too. So he walks in, and he sees these 2 Asian girls. Has never met them before, but immediately walks up to them, turns to one, and asks her out. And she rightly says no, having never met this guy. So what does he do? He turns to the other one and asks her out. Not only does she have every reason to say no that the first one did, but now she's second choice, and nobody likes being second choice. And this weeb, in his own words, was so distraught over receiving 2 simultaneous rejections from these 2 Asian girls that literally could see right through his fetish that he just asked them out because, oh my god, I've just seen 2 Asian women, which I still gotta give him a little bit of credit for having those balls of steel, but he downs 2 margaritas and tries to drive to where he was currently living at the time, which was not our apartment yet, crashes his car, gets a DUI, and then tries to convince me over the next year to be basically his chauffeur, but I told him tough shit. The thing about those 2 Asian women, yeah, they were pretty, but if you talk to them, they were just normal women like any other you'd find. What is with this fetish? They're not different, they're not better, they don't have softer skin, hearts, and souls. Like, they're just people. If you can't tell, I am drinking whiskey while I'm recording this. Today's whiskey is actually Canadian Club 9 years aged. I know a lot of people say, oh, if you're going to get Canadian whiskey, you got to get Crown Royal, but I will drink Canadian Club over Crown Royal any day. Crown Royal needs to stick to what they know, which is making awesome dice bags. Leave the whiskey to the Canadian Club. Am I the a-hole for grooming? If you have to ask, probably. Throwaway account because this is a very sensitive subject. Yeah, no shit! It is highly important you read this entire post before jumping to a conclusion. Alright, I will try. I, 25, female to male, am a pedoromantic. Nope! If you don't know what that is, it's someone who is romantically attracted to minors. That's really it. I am not a pedophile. As a matter of fact, I am completely asexual. That's not what that means. I was actually raped as a child, which resulted in my asexuality. I wouldn't wish it on someone else. I met this 13 female girl who is cute, not hot, just cute, that I find romantically attractive. I don't plan to do sexual acts to her, just romantic acts like hugging and kissing. No, 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 no! I began offering to babysit her since she was 11. Oh, you fucking monster. And recently I finally told her after 2 years about my romantic attraction to her and how I'm asexual so she has nothing to worry about. Initially skeptical, she eventually decided to pursue a romantic relationship with me. No. No. No.
No.
Believe it or not, most of my friends were actually very supportive of me.
Are they internet friends? Because no real life person's going to be okay with this.
They know I'm asexual, so there was no chance I'll actually harm her. Her parents, well, it's a different story. They both call me a groomer. I told them I was asexual and that I was raped so I wouldn't do it to anyone else, but they weren't listening. They banned me from babysitting her. I honestly don't see a problem with pursuing a romantic relationship with a minor, especially if you're asexual. Am I the a-hole?
Yes, you're the fucking a-hole, alright? I don't give two shits if you keep using the word asexual. I don't think that means what you think it means. I think you're afraid of sexual intimacy, but also the fact that you were assaulted, and I am sorry that happened to you, but you are using that as an excuse for these feelings, which I gotta believe is a result of your trauma, which probably was never properly dealt with. You are 25 years old. You asked to babysit someone you were romantically, to use your words, attracted to, and use that as a way to get into a romantic relationship with this child. I don't care how you see it. There is nothing okay with this. Go to therapy or go to jail. In the end, it will honestly be your choice. And hey, let's end today's video with another 4chan post.
I fucked up, bros. Friend convinces me to go to an indoor pool because no one will be there in the winter. It's packed. Past 6 years of needing have done a number on my social abilities, so really self-conscious around crowds and girls. Complained to my friend while anxiously scanning the building. Too many girls. Can't help but notice the absurd bikinis parents have their kids wearing these days. Literally every single one. Seeing real life lollies like with this completely catches me off guard. While we are standing there, two lollies walk right in front of us with their entire asses hanging out. Before I even know what I was doing, I say, "Oh my God," out loud while staring directly at their butts. I can feel my friend look at me, and I just randomly pick up my foot and say I stubbed my toe, even though I wasn't moving. He doesn't say anything for like 20 seconds and asks if we should just go. I say yes. Go back to his car and he drives me home. I bring up that my toe really hurts from stubbing it at the pool. He just doesn't say anything again and changes the topic. How badly did I fuck up? Does he just know what I am now? Can I never talk to him again? I feel like I just ruined my life, even though nothing really dramatic even happened.
Dude, you fucked up. You fucked up big time. I bet you were, I am sorry that you are so isolated that you don't know how to behave, and that your isolation has apparently warped your brain into being attracted to little girls. The fact that you call them lollies unironically is super cringe and honestly very terrifying. You honestly should just go isolate forever. I guarantee there was more to it than just what you said. I mean, I'm sure he looked at you when you said that and saw you staring at these little girls' asses, which, I don't know, I am not up to date on child bikinis, but I guarantee that they are not as provocative as you're trying to portray them. And when your friends saw you leering and commenting at these children's asses, I'm sure they were like, oh, what the fuck happened to my friend? Their silence is probably just pure disappointment and sadness over what you've become. Get some help, my friend. And I don't mean actual friend, because I don't think you're going to have many of those, but as someone who wants people to be their best selves, get some help. Alright guys, that's going to be the video for today. If any of these posts sounded a little bit too much like yourself for comfort, please look at that for what it is and maybe look into talking to somebody, maybe getting some help, and just trying to be a better person in general. If the beard on the inside is strong, you can always do a little soul searching and try to correct that. But until next time, I'm Mr. Sean, this is Chimera Miniatures, and I sincerely hope that you alpha great day and an even beta tomorrow.
Bye-bye.